be a DJ? What must you do to be a DJ? Well, girl, you gotta make this. Let the DJ dance out your doggone shoe. And world, get together and sing.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
You can? Because I cannot hear myself. Let me turn this microphone up. Let me turn it up. Let me turn it up. We made it here Wednesday, and thank God that we did because there's just been so much stuff going on. I know that I wasn't here for motivation on Monday, but I needed to get some motivation, so that's why I'm here today. So how are you guys? How are you guys doing?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
How about you, GB? Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Okay. Now I get why I'm not hearing anything because my mic is not plugged up.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Now I'm too loud.
Can you hear me now?
But I am better. I had some migraines and they were making me pretty sick, pretty nauseous. So I took some time. I took a personal day to work on me. KBOB 89.9 FM. I did. Clean up for me is a therapy. I didn't even do that.
That's a therapy?
That's therapy for me.
You know how many people would love for you to do therapy at their home? Let me know when you need some more therapy.
And you know what's funny?
Let me know when you need some more therapy.
You know what's funny is that normally you go pay for therapy, but they may pay me for the therapy. That's
for real.
But yes, it is. Cleaning up is very therapeutic for me. Believe it or not, it really is. I'm just like, okay, I cut on some music. I might light a candle. And before I know it, I went through and cleaned up the whole house and got everything done. And it's just very therapeutic for me. I mean, I know
relaxing.
It sounds crazy. It really,
yeah, just take your mind off everything.
It does. And I'm putting stuff where they belong. And my biggest thing in life is I like organization. So if things aren't organized for me, I feel a little out of place. So like this morning when I got up and got dressed, the first thing I said the first thing I need to do when I get back is I need to clean this bedroom. But before I do that, let me go ahead and clean off this sink because I had all my hair products and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna clean off the sink.
Sometimes you just go, you be like, man, how did all this stuff pile up like this?
Yes, because I don't like a lot of stuff on the dresser because it makes the room look junky.
You just wake up one morning and be like, I'm gonna just get the
man. And my thing is I try my best to do it every night before I go to bed. I really do, because believe it or not, that's my therapy. So I try to clean it up before I go to bed, so then I can woosah and lay down. So I mean, that might be. So I might need to call it. I
heard a little kid talk about they need what they say, a maid. I said, what you need a maid for?
Wait, how old was this kid?
This little dude, I think this little dude was probably about 7, 8.
Oh, he getting a whooping.
8 or so.
He about to get a whole
I said,
whooping.
why you need a maid? So they can bring me some water whenever I want it.
Oh, Lord. Hey, wait, was he sitting down on PlayStation?
No, see him outside. He was outside.
So, because we had a conversation about how we as children, how we would get so much exercise and how we were always so small because we were always just running around either on skateboards, on skates, riding a bike, or just outside playing catch or playing basketball. And you rarely see kids that are outside doing that now. It's a new generation of electronics. And even though we are glad that the electronics are here and they have had, helped us prosper so much in life, have they also hindered a lot of our children? I mean, that's a topic that we can discuss another time, but
yeah,
I'm just thinking
that's a whole topic.
That's a whole topic. So we're going to discuss that topic next week because I hardly ever see kids outside playing when you used to have to whoop your kids to make them come in the house. Like, seriously, you used to have to just like discipline your kids. Like,
that was the
joke. Remember the joke?
That was the punishment.
Right. Remember
you can't go outside. You be mad. Man, I remember I used to, my feelings just be hurt as a kid. My mom told me I couldn't go outside.
And then all your friends, I say, you hear everybody outside. Jimmy, okay, come outside.
Especially if you stayed in apartments, you just standing in the screen. Yeah. They come to you can't come outside.
And your mom was like, shut my door. You letting out my air.
I'm going to go ask her again.
Shut my door. You letting out my air.
Tapping on the window. Tapping on the window. Yeah. Can you come out?
Yeah. So we are definitely going to talk about next week how the generations of how to play have changed. Isn't that crazy? The generations of how to play has changed. KBOB 89.9 FM radio, KBOB899.com, iTunes Radio, iHeartRadio, Facebook Live. You can find us on our Instagram live and YouTube.
Lamb to lamb.
Yeah, you can call us at
Lamb to
918-856-3873. If you have a topic and you want us to drop it, we definitely can get that done for you. We will be right back to start the show. I'm going to have some local news. Of course, D-Real always keeps it real no matter how we feel. And then I'm going to drop the topic. A lot of people going to be hurt today. Am I going to be one of the people that's hurt? Mm-hmm. So I might as well go and take me a pill now then, huh? Oh, my God. KBOB 89.9 FM radio, where we tell our story our way. The Bobby Eaton Media Show. No holds bar. What is it called? No holds bar, where you just say what you need to say, do what you need to do. That's what we got going on here at the Bobby Eaton Media Show, where we tell our stories our way in the Black community. Again, KBOB 89.9 FM radio, and we'll be right back, guys.
The all-new KBOB, Black on Black Community Radio 89.9 on your FM dial.
Never seen a sunshine like this. Never seen the moon glow like this. Never seen the waterfalls like this. Never seen the lights off like this. Never dug anyone like this. Never had tasted lips to kiss. Never had someone to miss. Never heard a song quite like this.
And we are back. Let me start with the weather. The current condition right now is 64 degrees. The high will be 90, and it will fall back to 70, which is not too bad for August. So what do you guys think about the cooler days that have been here lately? Has it been a relief for you? Because for me, it gave me chills. It gave me chills because I got fall vibes. I don't want fall vibes.
See, now it's about to be hot again.
You're right.
See?
Because I'm magical.
No.
Because you know what? We were
everybody was talking about, it need to cool out.
I never said that.
Oh, you never said that.
I'm a tropical person.
I never said that.
Nope.
Even when it hit the hundreds.
Nope. I like hot weather.
Man, it's humid around here.
Right, but I got air.
You sweating like I'm talking about as soon as you step outside.
I don't go outside. I just told you we don't go outside and play. I just told you that. No, you remember in the beginning we kept saying spring hasn't quite sprung and summer hasn't spun in here yet. But now it seems like it's getting up out of here quicker. Like, does it not seem that the seasons are overlapping each other?
And this morning definitely feel like fall when it's the 60s in the morning. I mean,
and then your
I'm a fall guy.
Are you? I mean,
spring and fall.
I can do summer, spring, and fall. Winter needs to die. I'm just saying, I cannot. I don't like it. But the other seasons I can do. But when I went to the grocery store yesterday, something just came over me, and I was suddenly start thinking about all the meals that we cook in the fall And in the winter, like the taco soup, the chili, the chicken and dumplings, chicken and noodles, all the enchiladas. I just start thinking about
Chili.
all that winter food, but nobody makes in the summer. Nobody makes that in the summer.
No, ain't nobody really making
Nobody is
chili.
making that stuff.
Nobody.
Except Wendy's. Wendy's
Well,
make
yeah,
it.
yeah, right,
I
yeah.
kind of like the good winters because they get rid of all the insects and things that we don't need.
Yeah.
That be pestering us throughout the summer.
So you be
That's
glad
one
when
good
you be
thing.
glad when the ladybugs die.
Man, some of that, not some of the stuff, not the lady,
Not the
some of
ladybug.
stuff.
Oh, you talking about
Like
the
the
spiders.
Definitely. I
Like
was
the
gonna say
mosquitoes
something.
and stuff.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah, them mosquito West Nile virus mosquitoes.
Man.
Yeah, but wherever you're doing, drive to arrive safely because just like today, we need you right back here on We Made It Fun Friday because we will be here. We will have another hot topic to drop. But in the meantime, in between time, spend time with somebody special, even if that somebody special is you. So let me give you these local stories real quick, and then I'm going to let D-Real keep it real no matter how we feel because he's sitting up here talking about our feelings are going to be hurt. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
Why?
Sissy said people get fat over the winter. That's why I don't like winter.
That's true.
And I realize why I don't
She
like
would be ding 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 ding.
And I do realize why I don't like Waffle House. I never understood why I didn't like Waffle House.
Because you're a hater.
I don't like Waffle House because it reminds me of a truck stop.
Well,
A truck stop.
you can.
No, it is. It's a truck. Every truck stop you go to, what's there? Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Waffle House. That's why I don't like it. That's why I don't like it.
Waffles.
So a beloved Oklahoma teacher is fatally shot in a murder-suicide after her ex shows up at her home. An Oklahoma community is mourning after a beloved teacher was killed by her ex in a murder-suicide. Everybody knew our suspect. Everybody knew our victim. Pawnee County Chief Deputy Nick Mahoney told News on 6 of Kendrick DeVore and her ex-husband, Jim Two Feathers, so he was a Native American.
Two Feathers.
Jim.
That sounds like a mob name.
Jim Two Feathers.
Hey, it's Jimmy Two Feathers over there. He's a stand-up guy.
They knew him. They were part of our community. They were part of our families. And so being a small community and being a small county, this loss has affected a lot of people.
Doggone Two Feathers.
Yeah. DeVore said her and Two Feathers were found dead in DeVore's Pawnee County just off Highway 18 on Thursday night. A relative of DeVore called 911 around 6:30 p.m. and reported that Long had not showed up at her house armed with a gun. According to KTUL, the caller told dispatchers a gun was being held to her mother's head. Come on now, you did this in front of her kids. Upon arrival, deputies staged themselves out front, but when they weren't able to make contact with the pair, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol's tactical team was called in. About 9 p.m., after failing to make contact with DeVore and Long, the team breached the door's home. On the inside, authorities found DeVore and Long dead of gunshot wounds. Mahoney said Two Feathers' wound was clearly self-inflicted. According to Mahoney, DeVore was a teacher and a coach at the local school district. Two Feathers' name has also been reported as Jim Long. So Jim Long and Two Feathers is the same person. Investigators have attributed the incident to domestic violence. DeVore leaves behind 2 teenage daughters. First of all, she didn't leave them behind. This horrible person took them. He had no regards to her children.
Right.
Teenager was hurt following a drive-by shooting in North Tulsa, which actually happened earlier this week, but since we weren't here, we're going to go ahead and report on it. A teenager is expected to be okay following a drive-by shooting in North Tulsa, which I cannot understand what is going on. Maybe Winter do need to hurry up and come up in here so they can sit themselves down somewhere. Police say it happened Sunday night near the intersection of 51st Street North and Lewis Avenue around 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
At least 19 rounds were fired by the suspect.
Right.
Neighbors say the suspect was driving a black sedan. Officers say the 16-year-old victim fired back with at least 8 rounds. Officers also say the victim was not cooperating with the investigation. If you have any information on the shooting, call Crime Stoppers 918-596-COPS. And the reason that I have a problem with that, if we have information about the shooting, call Crime Stoppers.
Now, this happened in the intersection. And it I mean, just going to have to keep saying it. It needs to stop.
But my thing is this, you put that information out there, but if you have any information, and I get that, if he's not cooperating, what do you want the rest of us to do? He was the one getting shot at. You understand what I'm saying?
He got shot. Did he get shot? Was he one of the? Did he end up getting
Yeah,
shot?
you may be talking about another story.
No, I'm saying that guy. Did he get shot, or was he just shot? Was he the one?
He was shot, but non-life threatening. But I heard
Oh,
that
okay.
they shot up a house, and him and his mother were
so
in
that.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
him and his mother were in the house, and they shot the house up, and he got hit, but it was non-life threatening. But the thing is, if he's not cooperating, you understand what I'm saying? If he's not cooperating, he's the victim. What do you want us just as Samaritans to do about that? Because now at this point, if he's not cooperating, now we inserting ourselves in somebody else's business that don't have nothing to do with us to get our house shot up.
He don't care why should we.
That's what I'm saying. So if he doesn't care, and how does his
I mean,
mother?
you okay with it? Yeah, I'm cool.
You good?
Okay.
You got some Band-Aids?
Right.
You know, so but think about his mother.
Nice cuff from Quick Trip.
His mother has to live with that. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's what these youngsters is not realizing. Your parents, the suffering they have to go through because of the things that you are doing. Right. So if not anything for your loved ones, chill out.
Yeah,
your kids, and then siblings. And you be some, and it was crazy. A lot of them, majority of them, when you see something happen like that, they have little kids.
Yeah, they do.
Or 1, 2 year old,
or babies on the way.
Think about your kids and your parents.
Several people over the summer that I personally know that have been in shootouts, and some of them have lost their life, and they got babies on the way. Like the babies aren't even born yet. And maybe
that needs to be stressed to them, because it seems like stressing or emphasizing don't kill one another is not working. So maybe if you emphasize what you have to live for, I don't know. Maybe that'll.
But don't they know that?
They know. They know. So
your baby is already coming into the world as a statistic, a fatherless child.
Yeah.
You making her a statistic, a single mother. I mean, statistics are everywhere. You gotta think past A, B, and C, X, Y, and Z, 1, 2, and 3. You have to think past about it.
Being angry, and that one.
And do they really actually be angry? Is this for street cred?
Shoot, I don't know.
Are they really that angry?
Ignorance,
street cred,
ignorant.
All that.
I take ignorant. Tulsa deputies are also looking for a missing woman, which I think this is. I have a conspiracy theory. Okay. The Tulsa County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in finding Stephanie Ann Barnes. TCSO says July 10th, she called her husband to let him know she was being picked up and taken to clean someone's house. She was going for therapy, but didn't provide any extra details on who was picking her up and whose house she was going to clean. None of Barnes' family members or friends have been able to reach her since the evening of July 10th. Stephanie Ann Barnes also goes by the nickname Butterfly. She is 34 years old. She has brown hair, brown eyes. She is 5'6" and weighs approximately 120 pounds. Anyone with information to call Detective Murray at the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office at 918-596-8673. Now, to me, you cannot tell me that doesn't seem a little weird. You call your husband, I'm getting ready to go do a job, but you don't tell him who's picking you up, and you do not tell him where you're going. To me, I said she ran off. I said she ran off.
Sneaky.
Hopefully everything turn out good for him.
Two things.
Sound like a date.
Oh, you think she was abducted?
Sound like a date gone bad.
Or the husband planted that story and he did away with her.
The plot thickens.
I told you I'm a conspiracy theorist. Because it doesn't make sense in this day and time. Come on, we all know. My teenager knows. You do not get in anybody's car and go to anybody's house and you don't let somebody know where you are. And this woman was 34. So you cannot tell me that she did not know proper protocol to keep herself safe.
If a woman trying to be sneaky, she can do that.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be sneaky, then I'm not gonna tell my husband, but I would tell my friend.
Yeah.
I would tell my friend where I was. I might not per se say, look here, hubby, I'm gonna go do this, and that. I might not say that, but if I'm trying to be sneaky and I want to be safe, somebody needs to know my whereabouts. Whether it's my mother, whether it's my cousin, whether it's my friend. So if something does happen, somebody knows where to start to look. At this point, nobody knows where to even start to look because unless you track her phone.
I hope she turn up.
I hope she does too, but also the husband. You cannot tell me that you didn't question who you getting in the car with as his wife. Who you getting in the car with? Where you going? Where are you going? My husband can't call me and say, look, somebody get ready to pick me up and I'm getting ready to go to this house and we're going to hang out for a little while, but I can't give you no detail. You can't tell me that.
Well, maybe she lied
You
to him.
can't tell me that. He said she didn't offer any information except somebody's getting ready to pick me up and I'm getting ready to go to somebody's house. To me, that leaves way too many holes in the story for him to have an alibi. Well, she called me, but she didn't say where she was going. But that's her husband. You didn't question her.
Well, anytime somebody get killed
Or missing.
and they have a spouse, they be the first. You're actually the first suspect. Yeah.
So I'm gonna lean. I'm sorry.
But we hope that's not the case.
No,
Yeah.
that's the case. That's the case. That's the case. I'm gonna put my money on the husband, because again,
let's hope she didn't ran off with a.
No, she didn't.
With
she
Lover
didn't,
Boy.
She didn't run off because even if
ran off with Lover Boy.
Even if she had run off, that wouldn't keep her from telling her.
So
mother.
have they found her or something?
No, she hasn't.
Oh well, how you know she dead then?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know she did.
Oh, I thought you said you gonna say she did. I thought you said she.
I put it on her husband.
Oh, that he killed her?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. You said she did.
Oh yeah.
We just hope
he did.
We just hope that she's somewhere dunked off with Lover.
Because all I'm saying is,
you think she'd have ran off?
If I get
possibly.
What Shamika saying could be very well. Like
that leaves too many holes in the. I mean, because even if I decide that I don't want to be with my husband anymore, I'm still gonna be in contact with somebody in my family because my mother is worried.
I mean, that would still be suspicious to be like, your wife been missing days, and then detectives come ask you, have you heard from her? What happened when she first left? Well, she just told me she was leaving and
she was going to clean the house and she didn't know what, and you didn't question her and be like, no. Come on, you want your wife to be safe too, so you want to know her whereabouts and who she's gonna be with. And besides that, who just let in this day and age?
Unless this was something she did every day, like she went to clean it every single day. Then you already didn't question it. Then you already know, so it's routine. But some just to be like, oh, I'm finna go. No, she never said, because he should have been able to be like, well. She go clean his house every week, every day. So
that's my
when she said she went to go clean the house, I'm sure that's where she went.
Because that's what she does.
But to be like,
because that's the norm. Huh?
That's the norm.
Yeah, but that don't seem like it's the norm.
That's not the norm. My wife's been missing. She called me to tell me somebody was picking her up, but didn't tell me who and didn't tell me where she was going. That's not normal. That's not normal for anybody. Like I said, she's old enough to know that somebody needs to know where she's at.
And came to pick her up from the house.
Came to pick her up, but wouldn't tell him who it was. And went to go clean the house, but wouldn't tell him where the house was.
Well, they must not be picking you up from here.
Exactly.
Who picking you up? That's your business. But you must be meeting them at Quick Trip.
If she had a problem with telling him where she's going, that means that he didn't need to be with her no more anyway.
No, that ain't what that means. That means that he lying.
Okay.
That means that he is lying.
G for that.
Because again, even if I decide to run off with somebody and I don't want to be with this man anymore, I'm still gonna let somebody in my family know that I'm okay, because at this point they're thinking I'm dead.
I can G for that.
Yeah, so no, he's lying.
We're gonna try to remain optimistic. Hope she turned off.
No, I ain't optimistic.
We're gonna try to hope she turned off.
No, he did it. He did it.
You wrote off.
Yeah,
She's gone.
She gone, and he did it. And when this story break, and y'all realize that it was the husband, y'all owe me breakfast. My choice. Any place but the Waffle House.
I'm not gonna deny what you're saying, because I know.
I be knowing. I be knowing. That's what the migraines do. They give me sight. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma sends petition to governor asking for a state of emergency. Okay. As we see a surge in the COVID-19 Delta variant, Nate Morris with Save Our State, a grassroots coalition, says that they felt the urge to do something. So they wrote a letter to governor asking for him to declare a state of emergency.
Let's want to be clear. This is Oklahoma, right? That they're planning on writing his ditch.
Morris said we've had 1,800 people from 130 or more cities across the town sign the letter.
It's not funny. It's just funny that.
Oh, it's funny.
It's just funny.
No, it's funny.
No, it's not funny about the cases.
Oh no,
I'm
not
talking
about that. But how
it's
he's
funny
reacting.
that they think that he's going to change it.
Oh, that he cares.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Governor Stitt has said in the recent weeks. Y'all ready? I'm not planning on declaring an emergency. This is about personal responsibility. This is about our freedom. Those were his words. This comes after he signed Senate Bill 658 into law, which says schools, you ready? Schools cannot require face masks unless there is a state of emergency.
Yep.
Fox 23 spoke with the executive director of Oklahoma's for Health and Parental Rights. She says any medical condition should be left up to the parents. They know their parents best, and a mask is a medical advice. If you are interested in signing or reading the petition and the letter, go to governor and just click on the link. So what do you think about
But
that?
I think they crazy because don't sit here and play crazy
They're
now.
crazy.
I mean, don't sit here and play crazy now. Y'all know this man's mentality of thinking. The whole time
Been
when Trump,
knowing
the
it.
whole time
Been
Trump was
knowing
in office, he was holding his coattail. Come here, Mr. Trump. Come here. You want us to do what? Okay, we're gonna
Come
do
here,
what you said.
Donnie. Hey, Donnie.
Yeah. Yeah,
Even if it was wrong.
even when the
Even when it was wrong.
even when the mask mandate came about, even with the,
Was came here and died.
Yeah, talking about when Senator Kane.
Yeah, he come here and caught COVID and died.
Yeah, about in the stands at the rally.
Yeah.
And none of them had masks, and that's when they were strongly encouraging them to wear masks.
No, he said that anybody, remember at the rally, he said if anybody comes with a mask, they weren't going to be allowed in.
Well, no, I'm saying the city was encouraging them to wear a mask. Yeah, for the
right, but
and what was so crazy is at that time, he was trying to sue different cities because they weren't allowing him to come do his rally. Well, we Tulsa, and the reason why he ended up coming to Tulsa because our mayor and our governor opened him up with open arms.
Yes, they did.
During the midst of the pandemic, like right through when everything numbers was going up crazy. This was before the vaccines and all that.
It was between May and June because it was around Juneteenth. It was June. It was
somewhere
June.
around,
and that was like when the highest numbers were up. But I do remember him saying in the midst of the rallies that if you were to wear a mask, you weren't even going to be permitted in. So come on.
And they even gave a number. I forget the exact number. Mm-hmm. If his staff was already tested positive going into the building, but they didn't make them stay outside.
And they didn't make them wear a mask.
No,
they did not make them wear a mask. I just think it's again my conspiracy theory. He is so mad at us because. He's mad at the world because Trump did not win. Because, again, you signed this bill as to masks are not mandatory in schools. But how do you have so much control in a building that you know nothing about? You don't know what them kids are doing if they're coughing. You don't know who they're going home to. You don't know who's been around them as to come back to the school. And then when the teachers start getting sick and then there's nobody to teach the kids, you're going to have to shut down the school anyway. So why not just avoid it? Why not just avoid it?
And one thing I always appreciated about Obama when he was in office is that when things got hectic, when it comes to certain things about the citizens of America and whatnot, he would always emphasize to them, like, let's stop playing politics and start thinking about the American people. He would often say there was a time to play politics, then there's a time to be humane, and think as a human and somebody that cares. So like such as this situation right now, we're talking about kids. We're not even talking about the public places, the banks, or the federal buildings. We're talking about kids. Going to school. So where's your compassion?
Where's your brain? Let me just say that. Where's your brain?
His middle name should be Scarecrow. Because sometimes he act like he don't have one.
And he definitely needs to go see the wizard. But COVID-19, Oklahoma runs out of ICU beds.
Tulsa is the hot spot.
Tulsa is a hospital.
According to them, Tulsa is out of Oklahoma the highest numbers, and I think it's because also a lot of if you ever travel within the downtown area or travel early in the morning during work hours and around 5 o'clock, you see so many people leaving, and we have so many people that come from BA that works in Tulsa, Sand Springs, and let's not forget those are all. Even you remember when the mask mandates got put in place?
They were not mandated.
These were the ones that was like, I'd be doggone if we put some masks on.
They weren't
like y'all not finna infringe on our American rights, and so
that's to me that's so ignorant. But as of August 3rd, amid a rapid surge in COVID-19 Delta cases and subsequently hospitalizations, with an increasing number of them being children, health experts in the U.S. are pointing out that several states in the U.S., like Oklahoma and Louisiana, are running out of ICU hospital beds, including those in pediatric wards. So again, how do you not mandate the mask in schools? Schools are where the kids are.
I can see them
Schools are where
mandating
the
the mask.
kids are.
I can see them mandating the mask, but I don't agree with forcing people to take the vaccine. That's what
Okay.
That's what they were big on last night on the news.
Yeah, we've been
Forcing
doing
people
that
to
for the
take the
last few
vaccine.
months, but
I don't agree with that.
I just believe that at some point, you know, Clarence and I both talked about, I think you and I had talked about it over the weekend as well. I just think at some point that they're not going to allow people to go into concerts or restaurants or big events without showing their vaccination
well, I
card.
think that's
they trying to bring up a data.
But that's the only way they would be able to do it, because right now you can make them cards look like some
index cards.
Yeah, like some you would get at school, you know, that you can
cards.
you still at the teacher's desk and can write on to have a bunch of them. That's what it looks like.
With no lamination on it.
Yeah, because they write it in pen. It's like
you want lamination on it. So
put some white out on it.
But here's the deal.
So you know it haven't been altered. Yeah.
But here's the deal. This is what they're going to do. You're right about those cards, because there was a problem and an issue of the cards being forged, but those cards have a number. Most likely, those numbers are probably registered somewhere. Yeah. So even if you bring that card and if that number is on that card has not been registered by the CDC, then that's probably going to how they're going to do, because you are right. Them cards do look like little index cards. They really do.
They're talking about putting it in a database.
But I guarantee you, those cards have numbers on them, and I guarantee you that everybody who went and got a vaccination, that number has been registered for you with your ID. I guarantee.
But they don't. But they haven't been able to.
When you excuse me, I'm sorry. No. When you go up there and test and everything, go up there and get your shot, you register. Then they turn around and put it in a database.
Exactly.
So all they have to do is push a button, boom. They say, "Oh, he's had his shot."
Exactly. Or show me your ID.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna scan your ID, and it's gonna be either.
But that's something they must be trying to come up with, because right now they're using the fake cards.
Yeah, right now they are. So right now it's not mandatory. They're just strongly advising. You know, and there's a difference between I demand you do this, and you know it's a good idea if you do it.
They trying to get to that, right?
They are, and I think so too. I think with the NFL coming back up and the NBA, because you know the bubble thing, and everybody had gotten sick. I just think, I hope not, but I just think that if you're not registered or vaccinated, that they're going to try to make as much drama for you as they possibly can. Because that's a control. This is also a control.
Because it's about money.
It's a control.
That's the direction.
Because it's about money. Right now they just throwing out a lot of incentives. But
So since I went back to work, I mean, do I get the $1,200 for going back?
Yeah.
I need to check into that. But real quick, and then we're going to take a quick break. The bomb squad called in to remove a World War I liquid chemicals from a Tulsa home. Do you know how long that has been there? The Tulsa Police Department bomb squad was called to a Tulsa home after the homeowners found possible liquid explosives in a World War era safe on Tuesday night, police said. Tulsa police responded to a home near 11th Street and South 101st East Avenue after the homeowners were preparing for an estate sale when they stumbled across a World War era safe. Tulsa police said the note stated that the chemicals inside the valves were highly volatile from World War I. So they've been sitting over living with this. That means they ain't cleaned up at all. They had no therapy. They haven't had
since World War I.
World War I.
Y'all ain't moved. Where the heck was this? Y'all ain't, since World War I.
Tulsa. The Tulsa Fire Department,
that's what I'm saying. They ain't
unit
like,
and the TPD bomb squad responded to the rescue.
Was that a part of the house that they never been in until they decided to do this garage?
They never cleaned it. They never had any therapy.
What in the gym do hick is this?
The bomb squad safely removed 4 valves of the unknown liquid. Will properly dispose of the liquid at a secure location, police said. Area 51. I'm saying Area 51. That's not what they're saying. But 4 valves, it come from World War I, and they were discovered because they were getting ready to have an estate sale.
That was just probably something he was pissing in when he couldn't make it up the steps from the basement. Yeah, I forgot about that.
KBOB 89.9 FM radio. We'll be right back, guys. And D-Real gonna tell us what he needs to tell us to keep it real, no matter how we feel. Crazy. So that was urine. That was saturated urine. Nasty.
Talking to my voice. Performance again. I'm ready. You say you need a job?
Come on, energize me.
KBOB, the home of the Bobby Eaton Show, the Juice Radio Show, and Two Dogs Radio Show.
Yeah. I do it big, okay. You better RESPECT me.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Stay connected and call us now at 646-716-5525 and press 1 to go live.
We are back, and that was MJ himself. Do you guys miss MJ and all that he brought to the world? Because when I went to LA and I did this little Hollywood tour, and he died right up there in the room. That didn't do me no justice.
They showed you where he died?
They pointed. I mean, I didn't go in the room or nothing. I didn't go in the chamber, but why do I need to know from the street what room he died in? That didn't do me no justice.
Like it's the penny loafers in there, the glove,
the monkey,
some stuffed
and
monkey.
I was in California, so
Bubbles stuffed.
Bubbles is dead.
I don't know.
Oh my God! Bubbles died.
Probably been missing Mike.
No, I think the woman out of Florida.
Oh, that just ruined my
Yeah, them since she was your monkey.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Oh, okay, D-Real.
Oh,
you already hurt my feelings by saying Bubbles died. So you said a lot of people getting ready to be hurt.
Yes, and Bubbles. No, I ain't heard nothing.
You know what? I'm
gonna have to
googling that.
check
As soon
on
as we
Bubbles.
leave here, I'm googling that because Bubbles had his own little suspenders on and everything.
First Shamu, now this.
Oh no, Tillicum.
This song's dedicated
to the dead animals of the world. The famous. How you get a famous animal? How you like Lassie? Why was Lassie a famous animal?
Bark.
Lassie.
Rescuing everybody.
You see Timmy's in the well. Anything that broke his leg. Go get mom and dad. Yeah, that was amazing.
Good girl, Lassie. Dog and Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed, yeah.
Oh,
Kermit, you know. All them famous animals. Okay, whatever.
Oh, where'd that come from? Famous animal.
Bubbles.
But oh yeah.
The original OG. Bubbles.
Well, the summer has officially heated up. And yes, indeed, I said it has heated up. And when I say it's a lot of upset people, well, it will be. Well, already has, be to come. But oh my goodness, I had to come share the great news with you guys. This summer, let's start with this. Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry, D. Rosen are the head of the free agent class this year. Now, it has been said that Kawhi Leonard is a free agent. Huh?
Good for Paul.
Yeah, but I think he's going to stay. And sources have also said that Kawhi Leonard will more than likely re-sign with the Los Angeles Clippers. But I don't think that is going to matter. You know why?
Why?
Because the Los Angeles Lakers,
oh Lord, come on,
have waved forward Alfonso McKinney. You might be saying, "Well, who is Alfonso McKinney?"
Nobody.
I don't really know
like
who he is either.
Like Keith Sweat said.
Also,
like
man, guard Kendrick Nunn has agreed to a 2-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. Say yeah.
I'm not because they're building a super
also,
team and everybody was so against super teams being
but these
built.
ain't no super names. See, everybody getting mad. Then you got Talon Horton Tucker. He has agreed to a 3-year deal with the Lakers. See what I'm saying? Now everybody talking about they win and get all these people, and they did.
I know they did. Are you trying to sugarcoat it?
Someone said they're getting Carmelo.
Someone would be right. Carmelo Anthony has signed a 1-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers, as well as Russell Westbrook for Kyle Kuzma, Montreal Harrell, and the 2021 first round pick.
Let me say this.
And also Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
Let me say this.
I'm not done.
I know, but let me real quick. Nobody cares about Carmelo because he's not gonna be a practice because he's gonna cheat. He's gonna be out cheating.
my
So
goodness.
nobody.
See?
I can deal with Russ because
he's
really
focused
Russ.
now. He's focused.
No, he's not. He just had a baby. He focused on
focused.
diapers and wipes. He just had a baby. Again.
Just in case his jumper is off.
We know why.
Guess who's coming back? Dwight Howard is returning back
out the city
to the Los Angeles Lakers. He said, "I want another hardware." Yes, indeed. Could that be it? No, that's not it. No, that's not it.
That's a super team.
Exactly, but everybody's still against super teams.
Maybe you guys are familiar with the OU native, Buddy Hield, who is now playing for the Sacramento Kings. And it looks like the Los Angeles Lakers are acquiring to get Buddy Hield. He's already in the West, so he'll just be staying in the West. What?
Why do the West got so many teams? Well, they got the Sacramento Kings, they got the Lakers, the Clippers, and who else? San Antonio. I mean, not San Antonio, but
Clippers, the Warriors.
Why they got so many teams? I know the market can, but do we need that many teams in the West?
That goes to show you how big
the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors is all we need. That's all we need. We don't need 5. They got 4 or 5 teams. It's Sacramento Kings, it's the Lakers, it's the Clippers, it's the Warriors, and I know there's another. Isn't there another team? So right now we're at 4. Why do they need 4 teams?
Because you got to think how many. Man, it's a huge.
Let's go,
man. Because they got enough people to cover that market.
Or am I just jealous because I'm not in California?
Probably because you hating on the Lakers.
No.
Well, I mean, Blake Griffin, he re-signed with the Brooklyn Nets. Yay. Yay. I mean, well, fellas, I guess y'all can start printing up those T-shirts. Oh, is it too soon?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Start printing up those shirts.
Come on, again. Everybody is so against
Say what
super
you
team.
want. Say
everybody
what you
is
want.
so against super teams. So why are they allowed to do that? Then why if everybody's so against super teams?
Because they start the day for real.
Exactly.
I mean, it ain't number 1 year deals. I mean, we just trying something.
I'm not even worried about Carmelo because he's not going to be at practice because he's a cheater. He's not going to be He's not going to be at practice.
He about to get that child support money.
Yeah, but he's still going to be broke because he has had 2
we hating
children.
on Melo.
Melo gonna have that money.
He's had 2 children.
Getting buckets.
Melo have been a franchise
Actually, he's
player.
got 3. So he's got 3 baby moms he got to pay out. He got 3 baby moms. I don't like him.
You don't like him?
No, I don't.
Melo gonna have that money.
Lala don't like him. I don't like him. No, me and Lala like this. I don't like him.
If he would have went to the Golden State Warriors.
No, I don't like him. First of all, that's disrespectful if he goes to the Golden State Warriors. And that's a family team.
I don't like the fact that they blackballed him.
That's a family team.
Like that for the time,
They should have.
Yeah, this man is in the.
You know why they blackballed him?
Why?
Because if he'd have been doing what he was doing, he would have had blue balls. So that's why they blackballed him. So that's what he get. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
They had that man sitting down.
Yes, they did it. As they should.
He ain't never been the best defensive player, but he put up them numbers.
You know what?
Putting up buckets.
And you know what else? His pull-out game week. He needs to sit on the bench. His pull-out game week. He needs to sit on the bench.
Carmelo got a nice game. Just it's the people that they had around it.
And he about to get a ring.
Then they're gonna say, well, how could you make some scrubs? I mean, you can try your best to make somebody better. But that ain't gonna always work.
But did you miss the big picture?
But did
you miss the big picture?
Melo about to get
pull-out game is weak. That's why he's sitting on the bench.
Melo about to get a ring. He finna get a ring.
His pull-out game is weak. That's why he got to sit on the bench.
If you want a ring, come to the Lakers.
Sound like somebody had that fried hole.
No, he just gonna find. He probably had.
I know that liquid. That World War II liquid.
You know why it's pull-out
that
game?
World War I liquid.
Because he knows. Because for one she was a stripper, so she probably was on fire. You right. So you right. She probably was on fire. Anyway, kudos to the Lakers and congratulations to everybody on the Lakers team except Carmelo. Anyway, so today's topic, I think we all can relate to this because we all have adult children.
Yes.
Discipline boundaries between parents and adult children. So the lady said to me that whenever her and her children get into a disagreement, no matter what the situation is, dad always jumps on the kid's side, whether they're right or wrong. And it makes her feel some type of way because she's done nothing but love her kids. She's done nothing but be a good mom to them.
He takes up for the kids.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It takes up for the kids.
So
and my thing is,
if the mother's wrong, you try not to do that in front of the kids because you're giving them leverage, and that won't work.
And that's what she was saying.
Parents,
that's what she was saying.
You got to come together in order.
We have a united front, and you tell me that I'm wrong in private. So what she's saying. Yeah. So basically, what she's saying is that every time we have a discussion with my grown children, my husband automatically jumps to their side, leaving me feeling teamed up on.
So here's the point right here, because it's different variables there.
Okay.
You can she could possibly be wrong, but just don't perpetuate that in front of the kid. Don't do that in front of the kids.
Absolutely.
When the kids, when
you
the
pull her
kids
to the
see
side. You pull her to the you pull her to the side. You pull the kids to the side. You talk to the kids. But whatever you do,
I think you should talk to the kids in front of her as a parent, but then pull her to the and vice versa with the dad too. Vice versa with the dad. You know, together we have a united front. That's your mom. That's your dad. You don't disrespect them. I don't care what is said or what's done. Right. If you feel like you can't do that, then you need to move on. But at the end of the day, if those kids leave, since they're adults, since they don't live there, when those kids leave, hey, you were wrong in what you said, and I'm letting you know that. So we need to find a way to correct this because I don't want to back you up when you are wrong. We'll have a united front together, but I'm not going to be backing you up when you were wrong. So what you did and what you said was wrong. But to them, you don't sit up and go back and forth with the mother in front of kids.
Yeah, but they adults too. I mean, they grown. But that's something that should have been done. As obviously it was going on through the childhood years, and so it just became.
It wasn't going on through the childhood years because she was the disciplinarian. He wasn't there.
Well, I mean, I'm saying at some point it had to happen before they got to be. Well, that explains it then.
Yeah, he wasn't there, so he was the fun guy. So
because he don't want to. Well, if he wasn't there, he don't want to feel. He already is striking against him. He feel like with the kids because he wasn't there.
Not there. He was working.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Like as far as like when you said she was the main word, like not there.
Like most mothers are.
So it's just like somebody working a lot and feel like, okay, well, I missed out on their childhood.
Right.
So now you don't want to be the mean one.
Don't want to be the bad guy. But
because I'm already been, so now they.
But what justice does that do? What justice? To me, that puts a wedge. To me. Yeah. That puts a wedge in our relationship because if they're grown adults, they're going to go on with their life. Now
right. And that's what I'm saying. They grown.
I don't like you.
I want to say this right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I want to say this right here. Most kids gravitate to their mother more than they do their father because she's spending more time with them on a daily basis.
Exactly.
So when a kid is going against the mother, my take that the mother's got to be putting something down that's really wrong in front of that kid for them to be acting in such a manner.
I just think they just grow up and just.
Kids are very different from when me and you, from when we come along, because they don't respect no more. They do not have any respect. Cuss us out. They try to cuss you out.
I don't know about all that.
They'll try to cuss you out until you put your black hand down.
Do you have a clothesline at home?
Put your black hand. You
have a clothesline?
I got something.
So
man, my kids grew up. I grew up having them watch wrestling with me. You just nigga be like, that's what I'm gonna do to you. That's what I'm gonna do to you.
And I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Put your threat game down, huh?
Like, in a fun way. That's what I'm gonna do to you.
You're like, yeah, I wish you would, huh?
I think also too. I think that for some reason, and it's just always been a thing, and I'm okay with it, But I also think that kids are a little bit more afraid of dads, not per se because he gonna kill them. It's just because dad is bigger, voice is deeper, And when he talks, the room, so. Not necessarily the mother is putting anything down negative. It's just right now, for me, like when I had my daughter and I had her early, but I was an adult. I was 20. But honestly, I still had to grow up with her. As I was growing up, she was growing up. And it was almost like we were like a little sister, big sister thing. But I was mom. But so when she got to be a teenager and everybody kept saying, oh, your kids are, blah, 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 blah. It became more of a friendship with me and the kids as opposed to a disciplinary. So now that when you try to discipline them, you more looked at like a friend than a parent, whereas dad is the parent. Even though, so when I say not there, that I don't mean like in jail, I can understand that, or dead, I can understand that. But he was just working.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people, that happens a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
in spite of what people like to think with the African American community, it's not always a situation where
Dad
the
is in
mother's
jail.
single or dad is in jail.
Right.
No, some have jobs that were,
Some mom might take care of their families. In the meantime, they leaving that home life to
Yeah.
mom. And so when those kids growing up, like I said, you growing up with you're growing as your children are growing. You're learning. You ain't never had kids before, so everything that this child is going through new with you going through new with them. Of course, you might have a second child, but that child is different. So now you're going through new stuff with the new child, along with still having to deal with the first child, and like God forbid, 4 or 5 more kids come. You know what I'm saying? So
a lot of stuff start. A lot of it start with how the mother treats the children.
Mhm.
You know, because most of the time, the majority of the time, is if the house is stable, it's a lot of love coming from the mother.
Can
you
give too much love and they kind of take that for granted a little bit?
You
think
know.
so? I
Too
think.
much.
Do you think that you can give your kids so much love and give them a little bit of leeway, and just over time as they get older and older and older, they kind of take a little bit of that for granted a little bit? Whereas dads sometimes don't really give that much leeway. They just whatever they say, just go. They don't really question dads too much. But you be like, dang, I've been here with you this whole time, and he gets to just come in and So her issue is, anyway, it's causing a wedge between her and her husband because her kids get to go home to their family. So they're not over there arguing in their homes. When they leave home or leave their parents' home, they're going to their respective places. Whereas she's sitting there with her husband. Now her feelings are hurt. Now she's
sitting
upset.
there like, what's wrong with you?
Exactly. And another thing she said is that sometimes he says that when she reminds him of some of the things that were actually said in the conversation that she thought were disrespectful to her as the mother, his excuse is, I don't remember saying that. Well, then we're never going to get anything solved or resolved. If you constantly hollering, I never. But one thing is this: he always remembers what the kid said, but never remembers what he said.
Are these her step kids?
No.
They're okay.
They're their children.
Well, I'm just trying. I was just wondering because
he never remembers what he said to disrespect her.
So
but
he has selective memory.
He has very selective memory. So when the kids go home, and they go home to their homes and their families, and keep in mind their kids have kids too. Now she's sitting there with this man that was supposed to be on her side as a parent. We're a team,
and he shouldn't for a second not think that those kids don't know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
They play
you know what I mean? It's just like
because according to her, this is not the first. He does it every time. He does it often.
I mean, and maybe it's best. He don't say nothing.
Kids love to try to.
I think he should shut it down.
If it get to a point,
I think he should shut it down instead of going into the conversation with the kids. I think he should, as the man of the house, I think you should shut it down, because the last thing you want is for your kids to leave, and now you sitting here and she plotting against you now, because at that'll make you lose
what you
respect
mean?
for.
What do you mean shut it down?
Shut down, like, you know what, this conversation is going. It's not going anywhere.
Well,
it's too loud right now.
Not if it's between the mother and children. I mean,
I'm saying if it gets to be too bad, not jump in there on their side.
But that's what I'm saying. I think he could be more of. I guess I don't want to say not the mediator, but like.
Well, that's good. It's supportive.
Somebody that's not taking sides, just like you're saying, just being neutral, and because a lot of times, when you arguing, you ain't hearing what the other person's saying to you, and you
have to talk over them instead of just analyzing the whole situation. Because what Shamika was saying from the beginning, the mother could be wrong, but don't make that mother to be wrong in front of the kids, because the kids take that
manipulate. They're manipulators.
They're manipulating the situation. They're playing one parent against the other parent.
Right.
We love you, but we still manipulate you.
Yeah. And the mothers are the easiest to manipulate, because mothers have a soft spot for kids regardless. The dads do too, but they try to play hard. But the mothers, we kind of, when it comes to our kids, we kind of wear our hearts on our sleeve. You know what I mean?
We don't have to try to play hard. We just be stern.
Yeah, we wear our hearts on our sleeves, and you guys don't.
We be stern. Hey,
yeah.
I meant what I said.
Exactly. So that's a problem for her, and actually she's looking into divorce behind it.
Actually, that was that was going to be my not well, yeah. Actually, that was going to be my comment to him
because it hurts. She said it hurts her to the point where she's physically sick. It hurts her to the point where she can't function because, again, when they try to talk about the next day, he never remembers anything.
That's why I said he shouldn't be like.
That's really. I mean, you know what? No, go get a divorce because you can't. Behind.
No, I
don't think that's.
I mean, if they're bickering, I think that's what I think.
It sounds like somebody needs some counseling.
No, it may be so, but I do think
obviously
it's legit.
She must feel like she's the lone wolf.
She feels alone,
like she's
ganged up on.
Yeah, like
so. What's the point?
Like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter what she says or how she feels. It's kind of like to the point now, like how you saying when the kids leave, then we're here with each other. I can't even
talk to you
if I'm heard about the conversation that I have with the kids.
I can't talk to you about it because you contribute to it. You contribute to my pain.
So now she's feeling like anything or any problem that she has with the kids, she can't come to you now because she's automatically in her mind feeling like you're going to side with them. So now it's like to the point now, she's feeling like she has nobody to vent to.
Exactly.
I mean, you can vent to your friends, but nobody better than somebody that's right there in the circumstance with you. Yeah, exactly.
Oftentimes when you take a situation outside your home, it gets worse.
Right.
So what it is, you gotta when relationship, you have to compromise. You have to compromise daily.
That could be fixed.
Yeah,
honestly,
everything can be.
That's not a to me.
Yeah,
hearing that can be fixed. I think he needs to be more of an ear, vice versa than
another mouth.
Just waiting.
Another mouth.
Supportive.
Another mouth.
But both parties need to support each other.
Just think about if you have 2 or 3 kids, and then they're all going at you. 2 or 3, and then he joins in. You are by yourself. You are alone. But I feel the worst thing is to feel alone in your home. Come on now.
Even at some point,
it depends on the nature of the situation.
I get it. I mean, if it's detrimental, but if y'all having just a conversation about how you talk or how you act or how you making me feel, and everything out of his mouth is, yeah, you did this and you do this, and yeah, you are. No, you cannot do. I don't care. You cannot do your wife like that. You cannot do that. It just depends on
if she's doing it, but don't do it in front of the kids.
If she's doing it, then you talk to her as your wife. But you can't do that to your wife. So again, when they leave, now you're sitting over there hurt, mad. Now you feel all alone. Now you're crying. You can't even go in there to be comforted because he contributed to your pain. You can't go to somebody to fix you that broke you. So if he's contributing to your pain and you sit in that house. What are your thoughts going? Let's think, baby, real. If you and I are arguing, we're a couple. If we're arguing and then you siding with somebody else, but I live here with you. When I leave, if I'm siding. Let me put it on me. I'm siding with somebody else. We arguing with the kids, arguing with the neighbor, whatever the case may be, and I'm siding with the outside person, and then they leave. How are you going to feel about me?
So then now when they're gone, then me and you are arguing.
Exactly. So does that not put a lot of stress, a lot of trauma? Then would that not feel like, dang, my own wife don't even have back?
And it's not even. So it's not even a matter of what the.
Like I said, you gotta come to a happy medium. You, the grown-ups, the adults, not the kids. The kids gonna go, like you said, they're gonna go home.
They're gonna go home.
And when you two guys are there together, or whoever the people are in the situation, you respect each other's opinion. That's what that's where it all starts. If you say something to me, I gotta respect what you saying, vice versa. Period. And that's how people get on through that.
Oh, okay.
Navigate on through that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I guess it could be a fine line, but when your kids are adults, they still I'll say some, just because you consider yourself to be adult, there is still a such thing as respect.
Right.
Even in a conversation or a disagreement with your parents. Not to say that a parent should disrespect the child, but there still should be a level of respect.
She gave an example
from a child to the parent.
Let me give you an example. Her example was, she said that You sit there in the midst of us having a conversation and those kids are screaming and hollering at me and you never say anything.
See.
And his response was, well, you yelled at them.
See,
I'm the parent. It's okay if I yell at. So what do you think about it? His response was, well, didn't you yell at them? What do you think about that?
No.
You don't do
And right there.
You just don't do it in front of the kids, but I'm going to say this.
No, you do that in front of kids if they yelling. Yes, you do.
I'm just saying like this.
Shut that down.
Yeah, you got to shut. That's what I'm saying. So the man was saying that the woman initiated the problem by yelling at the kids.
No. What she was saying was, in the midst of a conversation, regardless of what it is, and the kids are yelling and screaming, you sit there and you don't say anything. And then when she mentioned it to him, his response was, well, you yelled at them too. I don't care. So
basically he's saying, well, you shouldn't have been yelling at them. That's why they was yelling. You shouldn't have been yelling at them.
No, but what do you think about that as a parent?
Would he constitute you that maybe raise your voice?
Exactly. And as a parent, who cares about it? My mom can raise her voice to me all she wants to. I might say, stop yelling at me, but I ain't gonna really say too much more than that. But
wrong in your house, if they come to your house.
But for him to allow the children to be screaming, hollering at her, and he's sitting there, and then his response is, well, you yelled at them too. I think I don't care. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Because you are definitely showing your children that the level of respect is equal. You got as much respect.
Because first of all, I'm like this.
It's not equal
first
at
of all,
all.
like, if you feel like, as my child, like you finna be yelling and cussing them and talking to me crazy, you probably want to move away from me, because you ain't finna be sitting in my face and talking, and you know what I mean, man. And just like I said, it's a level of respect. Even when your mom or something tell you, you know what I mean, quit yelling or quit, you should do it.
And if your wife you should do it. If your wife is telling them to stop and you're sitting there and you don't intervene
and say something,
that says up to me.
Hey,
to me, exactly.
Yeah,
to me, if I'm telling you quit yelling at me, and you're sitting there allowing your children to scream and holler at your wife, to me, that says a lot about you as a man.
But in his mind, because he said it to her, in his mind, as it's going on, so he's sitting there thinking, well, shouldn't have been yelling at them.
So what do you think about? But okay, so just that
I think
statement.
That was a little immature.
Okay.
For him to sit there and even to think that, to say that.
When kids start getting slick mouth from a parent, and they grow, they need to leave anyway.
That's what I was. That's the same thing I was feeling. Yeah, it's best you leave.
You're not gonna argue with. You're not gonna argue with my wife here. Go.
Exactly. I'm not just arguing with you, and you're not getting ready to sit and argue with my wife, which is your mother.
Move around.
Which is your mother. But for him to say, well, you were yelling at them, it was enough for her. That was like I can't do it. If you can see that their toxic behavior towards their mom, and your response is, well, you yelled at them.
Basically, she felt like she feeling like he's saying you deserve it.
If that person want to say something, if that mother want to correct that woman, do it privately. Hey, look, you losing you losing control.
Right.
Manage your feelings, your thoughts. Get somewhere.
Therapy.
No. Yeah, you might need it. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying counseling can help you get through things like that.
I think that we could have talked about this topic. We should have maybe talked about it a little longer, a little earlier, because I actually do think it's a good topic, because I know a lot of parents go through it. But bottom line is, you should never, never allow your children to be yelling, screaming, be disrespectful to your wife in your home, especially kids that she have taken care of her whole life. Like D-Real said, you sitting back allowing this to happen to your wife, basically in your mind, she deserved it. So when they leave, now you have to sit there and deal with the consequences and how your wife may feel or no longer feel about you. KBOB 89.9 FM radio. If you guys have any insight on this topic, or if you want us to revisit it again, please just let me know. And I just touched this mic with my lip, and now I'm scared. KBOB 89.9 FM radio. We'll be right back here Friday.